Hey, first of all, I'd like to thank you for getting ready to watch an episode of The Best Coach. Enjoy. Hey, this is The Best Coach, and I've been spending a lot of time in these first, seem like 1,000 episodes, just explaining things about players' life on the football field, my life, and on the football field and whatnot. But there's something else, again, to talk about. And this time I want to talk about injuries. Sometimes, injury is something that happens in the midst of a play. It can happen in practice. It can happen in a student athlete's real life. And, some of the things is you really hope that if somebody does deal with anything, and maybe it's a nick or a bruise or something, not anything serious or fatal. There have been recent examples of nearly or the possibility of a fatality. That's stretching it as far as it can go, and nobody wants that. Nobody's cheering for any type of fatality from a teammate or an opponent alike. And we just play this game hard, and that's all we do. It's not even a matter of getting any joy out of somebody getting hurt or injured or whatever. So an injury is something that can occur inside of a play, and I'm the type of coach that if you are from the head, concussions, as far as I'm concerned, you're out. I'm not going to authorize anybody's child or adult, as a matter of fact, to go out there and play if you have head trauma. If you have a leg injury, depending on what it is, sometimes things are in real warm weathers down here in the South. Sometimes there's what you call when you're exhausted and you end up having need to get hydrated again because of leg injuries, cramps. Couldn't even think of cramps. I'm just trying to watch these people out here, but cramps or anything like that. So, arm injuries, quarterbacks, which is a dangerous position. We understand going back to throw, somebody hitting your arm. For linemen and quarterbacks, people rolling on your legs. Running backs are probably the ones that could possibly get it the most, playing the running back position. People trying to fold you over, double you up. And the running back can possibly carry the football the most in the offense. So those gentlemen need to be very durable players. Injuries, finger injuries, things like that are crucial and critical in this process. So an injury is something that's serious. So something that's really bad, which we already know, you're going to be sidelined, and the doctors, the physicians, make the assessment based off of how much recovery time it takes and allowed to get practice time up to par. So sometimes a season can go by, but I do believe you should let it be known if you are injured, because you do not want to affect your life permanently. Now, if you ever see me walk from time to time, I feel hunched over and I look hunched over because I am somewhat hunched over. My back and my neck, football injuries. So, causes a tightness or stiffness, and And all these things are part of injuries. Everybody that I've ever known that has played football has injuries. And I understand what mothers are saying about injuries for their son or other people's sons. But I just ask from the injury standpoint, us being competitors, what are we supposed to do? It's an energy thing. And a lot of us that are built this way, we play the game and we understand. You know, we do understand that injuries and hurt is a part of it. And some of us have been conditioned, myself included, to keep pushing on, keep pressing forward, even though you are dealing with some type of discomfort. At 50, I'm not going to encourage that for anybody, because like I mentioned earlier, I had some injuries. In one of my college games, I hurt my finger when I was back for a punt. I hurt my knee back for a punt. Yeah, so, you know, hitting with the helmet and tackling and being in collisions every play. They say every play is like being in a car accident. This is the world of injuries, and I never want any of our guys or anybody's players to be laid out on the field, and we need physicians or ambulance or anything like that to come out. But this is a tough game. So if we took this energy and adrenaline off the field, it's very possible it could spill over into a young man's real life. And that can be in an extreme negative fashion. His injuries, and we just continue to pray and try to advance science, medicine, and spirituality so that they can be removed. One of the things that I like to do, and I wouldn't necessarily encourage anybody else to do such a thing, but I like to, once I enter the field, whether it's run to an end zone or run to the sideline somewhere, either initially getting on, saying a little small prayer for myself and for others, safety in this little zone, this little war zone that has been presented for us. So that's my section about injuries. Now, I got to talk about X's and O's for a minute. For my people who don't know anything about football, this time I'm talking about the fullback. Fullback, the lead blocker, Big L. The guy that's up there that is responsible for lead blocking. He's an additional offensive lineman, just like the tight end, one of the big guys up front. The Washington Redskins back in the days called them the Hogs. And Cowboys back in the 90s had a supersized offensive line. Nate Newton and Eric, what's his name? Big Eric, whatever. Central State. Powerful guys who are blockers. Fullback is an extension of that. The game seemed like it tried to eliminate the fullback position, but I think it might be back a little bit. Fullback is one of my favorite people because the fullback not only can carry for short yardage and almost guarantee a first down for you, if I can get the sticks close enough, fullback will probably get it. Fullback is a guy who blocks selflessly to try and create a path, taking on Mikes or Will backers, or if he has to, take on a D tackle if we're going to use our O-line to scrape to the second level. Fullbacks are notorious for being known for getting a little bit shorter for the work that they do. Fullback is a monster. I have nothing but respect, and I love fullbacks, and they get stakes and whatever else, perks and benefits that go along with this game as a blocker. But this guy can carry the football. And also he's really good at what John Gruden calls a banana route, a wide banana, I believe that's what he calls it completely, where he leaks out of the backfield, left or right, depending on what side he is, and runs to the flats. Quarterback should be able to hit him on either a 3-step drop or a rollout or a boot to catch him in that spot. Down in the red zone, this is very dangerous. It's hard to cover because you need to cover receivers. And so a fullback is very dangerous. He also can run a go route from the backfield. And if he has good hands, which a lot of fullbacks do, he can make some plays. He can run hitches. He can run out routes. He can run all of the routes that's necessary, I believe. Fullback, this guy is a selfless individual, deserves nothing but accolades, nothing but props from me for the work that he does. So bring back the fullback, keep him in the formation, or keep him in the game, and take care of him. So this particular episode, again, is about injuries and my love for fullbacks. My love for fullbacks. I love you guys very much. Talk to you later.
That's all, folks.
This shot the shout of Maurice, man, my brother, man. You know what I'm saying?